Attention, please.
Hell Radio presents
Part 1. The New House. In mid-January, a young family, Artyom, Lena, and their 1-year-old son Matvey, moved from the noisy city to an old 2-story house on the outskirts of the village of Tikovka. The house was inherited from Artyom's uncle, whom he barely knew. The man had died under strange circumstances. He fell down the stairs and broke his neck. At least, that was what the report said. Though the neighbors whispered that something was wrong with the house. "The house doesn't like loneliness," an old man once said in the store. But Lena just scoffed. It all seemed like the usual village ghost stories. The family settled in quickly, and despite the lingering dampness and scent of aged wood, they lived quite peacefully. Until one evening. Part 2. The Babysitter. That Saturday marked Artyom and Lena's anniversary, and they decided to take a small break and go out for dinner with friends. Just a regular dinner, casual get-together. Nothing special. They needed someone to watch their child. On a local village forum, Lena found a peculiar advertisement attached to a post from 6 months ago. Babysitting services. Calm, responsible, experienced. Available at any time, especially at night. I loved children, always nearby. The phone number didn't have a dialing code, it was local. They called. A woman answered. Her voice was a little strange, soft but rather pleasant. She knew their address. "I'm already close. I'll be there any minute," she said. Lena felt a chill at her back, but Artyom dismissed it as nerves. There was nothing wrong with the house, right? At 8 p.m., there was a knock at the door. Not loud, precisely 3 times. Artyom opened it. Standing before him was a woman about 50 years old, in a long dark coat. Her tightly combed black hair framed a rather agreeable face. "Good evening," she rasped. "Shall we get acquainted?" "Come in. Take off your shoes. Make yourself at home," Lena said. "All right," the woman replied, stepping inside. She immediately approached Matvey, gently stroked his head, and picked him up. Matvey didn't cry. He stared at her, utterly silent. Such a good little one. "We'll become great friends," the babysitter whispered. "We'll be back by midnight," Artyom said. "He'll be safe." "Don't worry, guys. Go wherever you need to," she reassured them. Lena showed the woman around, explaining where everything was and how things worked before she and Artyom left for their friend's house. A couple of hours later, already at their friend's place, Lena decided to call and check in. The babysitter picked up and told her everything was fine. Matvey was almost asleep, and urged them not to worry and enjoy their evening. Lena was still anxious about her son, but at the same time, she knew she and Artyom truly needed this break. Part 3. The Return, 11:58 p.m. The couple returned home. The house was deathly silent. No lights, no sounds. Only one faint glow flickered upstairs, in the nursery. They climbed the stairs. The door was slightly ajar. The room seemed larger than before, and the wall darker. Matvey was gone. Not in his crib, not on the floor. No clothes, no toys. The babysitter was gone too. On the floor, a circle of ash. Inside it, a dark cloth doll, needles piercing its eyes. On the wall, finger-painted letters spelling "Mama." A child's hand. The fingers weren't drawn. They were real. Glued to the wall, Lena screamed. Artyom rushed through the house, checking every floor. No signs of a break-in. No signs of departure. Not a single door left open. Then, the baby monitor crackled to life. On its own, from the speaker, A rustling voice slithered into their brains like nails scraping across bone. He's with me now. He doesn't cry. He laughs. He understands. Lena tried pulling the plug. Nothing. The screen flickered, showing the nursery, empty, but in the shadows, a figure, tall, slumped, with long, twisted arms. The voice whispered again, "You called a babysitter." But the house chose the one who always comes first. Lena called the police. Artyom frantically dialed the babysitter, but she never picked up. In sheer panic, they ran through the house, searched every corner, combed the yard. Nothing. No child. No babysitter. The police arrived within the hour, securing the crime scene, gathering evidence. They detained Lena and Artyom for questioning. Neighbors were interviewed. Every house in the area searched. Then search teams with dogs were deployed. They began scouring the region, Vinale, the forest, and the lake. The search continued through the night. A suffocating silence settled over the village, broken only by the occasional voices crackling through radios and the barking of dogs. The cold deepened. By morning, the trees were coated in frost, their branches like frozen skeletal fingers suspended in the air. By noon the next day, the search teams reached an old lake, known in the village as the Dead Woman's Eye. Its surface was restless, a frozen mirror beneath which something stared back. "We've got tracks," someone from the team shouted. Bare feet, a woman's, straight through the snow, leading to the water. The prints cut through the forest, weaving past thorny bushes and toppled trees. No one could have walked there unscathed. It was as if the earth itself had parted for her. When they reached the shore, the air grew thicker. Sounds faded. Even the dogs stood still. Then, one of the rescuers raised his hand, pointing toward the lake. A woman stood in the water, naked, pale as the moon, motionless, up to her chest in the freezing depths. Her eyes were closed. Her drenched hair clung to her like strands of seaweed. She swayed gently, obeying a tide that didn't exist, and in her arms an infant, also naked, also pale, silent, lifeless. But suddenly, he smiled. "My God, it's her, the babysitter," the female investigator whispered, "and the child. It's Matvey." One of the rescuers stepped forward cautiously. "Ma'am, it's okay. We'll get you out. Everything's fine. Let me take the baby." The babysitter lifted her head, slowly, unpleasantly, unnaturally. Her face was different. No, not her face. Her eyes, black as a lake, her skin stretched like a mask that didn't belong to her, and her voice, "You came too early or too late," she whispered. Then another voice joined in, "Mama isn't needed anymore." The lake stirred. Something moved beneath the water, reaching toward the shore. The surface rose suddenly, churning with black tendrils and elongated shadows, as if something had broken free from beneath the ice. The rescuers stumbled back, but one of them snapped a photo, a frozen instant capturing what could never be explained. Scores of children, small and grown, stretching from the depths, clutching the babysitter and the baby. Smiling. Then gone. The lake fell silent. Empty. Still, no babysitter, no Matvey. Not even footprints remained. 3 days later, the police closed the case. Missing persons. The officers whispered about how the villagers had stopped going near the lake, but Artyom and Lena couldn't leave. Each night, precisely at midnight, the baby monitor in their home switched on by itself, and the voice kept whispering, I am always near. Mama called and I came. And you asked for me. Now, you're next. On the monitor screen, the nursery. Matvey sits there, smiling. But behind him, the new babysitter is already standing there. The end.